show's about to start. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to a new episode of No Conduct Radio. Tonight we are discussing black challenges. What do black people have to face in today's world? Is it so different from 50 years ago or 100 years ago? So tonight we're going to discuss different aspects of what black people deal with at work, in relationships, and just in life as in general. We're going to be bringing up, I know you've heard about it before, but we're going to be bringing up our thoughts on Kanye West's rant on slavery. And Char also had her weird thoughts on black people. So I want to hear those. Of course, she's not here yet because she's Char. She usually shocks me when she's, like, on time. That's, like, shocking, you know. But how's everyone doing today?
Good. Doing good. Can't complain.
How do you like the weather?
It's good. I like the weather's all right. I can deal with this as long as it don't rain and snow. I could do this all day long.
You and Logic and not wanting snow.
I don't want no. It's snow.
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe because I didn't grow up in it. I like the snow, so I'm usually disappointed during the winters when it doesn't snow.
Really?
It loses its appeal really quickly.
That's crazy.
You said what?
I said it loses its appeal quickly.
Yeah, real quick. Especially you have to
well, you know what? I think it's because I really don't have to drive through it, so.
There you go.
Like,
there you go. That's the number one.
If my daughter has off of school, I don't have to go anywhere, so I'm pretty much good.
Yeah. You know how to deal with idiot drivers.
I can just look out of my window and be like, oh, it's so pretty out there.
Yeah.
Right. Whatever.
Well, that's just how I feel. I wonder if Char ever makes it to the show. I wonder what the temperature is in the desert right now.
Hot as usual.
But I don't know. How did her son move from there to here? That's so weird. If he's used to growing up in the heat, how does he move from there to here?
Well, I guess.
Well, she was in the East Coast for a while.
Yeah, she was there a lot. Yeah, she was in New York too a lot. So
Oh yeah, that's true. Y'all are right.
Yeah, he might have been born out in Jersey somewhere.
Uh-oh. Sorry, y'all. Did not turn off my phone. I am a very professional person today.
Now, you sound like you sick, man. What's going on?
Yeah, I'm not feeling too good.
Yeah. Oh.
Is it a cold or allergies?
I don't know. I don't want to think about either because I don't want to jinx myself. I'm just hoping it's the wrong side of the bed.
Well, sorry to hear. Everybody's falling ill or getting allergies. This is what we're all going through up here. But anyways, we need Char. Char is the one who usually, has our jaw dropping by now. It's 4 minutes into the show, and it's been a normal, regular show.
What do we need her for?
Yeah, that's good.
Because she usually says something crazy by now. Like, did you know that we all came from an alien ship? And
well,
I was researching this.
Did you see what the F Wednesday that I dropped?
No.
About the kid on the plane?
No. Let me go to our page actually.
It was an 8-hour flight, and this toddler kid was probably maybe 5 or something, was screaming to the top of his lungs the entire flight. And he had one of those parents that were like, "Come on, buddy, that's not nice," and blah blah blah. It was. I was like,
"Oh my God, no!"
I would have
like
smothered him with a pillow.
Something 8 hours in the air, hearing that. Oh man, that's,
8 hours. 8 hours flight.
That's.
I mean, and it was to the point where he was freaking other kids out, like other people that had babies that was quiet was starting to like cry because it's like he was freaking them out now.
Damn.
I see it here. It says, so if you go to our Facebook page, No Conduct Radio, and go to WTF Wednesday, Logic posts almost every Wednesday something that'll make you go, what the? So on this Wednesday's WTF, it says, Demon Child screams and runs through plane for 8-hour temper tantrum. Wow. And the parents weren't doing anything? I haven't watched it yet. The parents weren't doing anything?
No. Like was running up and down the aisle and everything. It was madness.
Yeah, he's been tripped and everything. Tripped and hit his head. Oh, he's knocked out.
Oh, yeah. Listen, I would have waited for a little lull, and I would have smothered him with a pillow and be like, oh, no. 8 hours in the air. Oh, no, that's the tragedy. The humanity. Oh, no.
Yo, it's funny. I listened to the show at when I got in last Thursday. It's crazy. I did check out that video, though. That dude was running. I was like, yo, his eyes was kind of crazy. I was like, what the?
His eyes was glowing, right?
That was crazy. I was like, yo, that's not right.
Were his eyes glowing?
It was shining. It wasn't glowing. It just, it was not right.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, human eyes don't reflect light like that. So I don't know why
that's not right.
That happened.
And it's so funny, though, because those dudes in the car, like those dudes, whatever, and they all their toughness is gone. They just took off. I was laughing. All that toughness, I don't care. That weird stuff. They took off car anything. I was like, but dude, I was kind of.
That's what I would have done. But
that's when you got to go home and watch the Smurfs.
Because that was crazy. He was running like the Terminator, John. I was like, what the fuck is this?
Dude, wasn't he running fast as crap?
Yeah, he was running. I was like, we got some, And then when I saw his eyes, I was like, it was right. That's crazy. That's not right. Because that stuff, man.
I didn't see his eyes. I just knew he was saying something. So again, what we're discussing, if you missed last week's show, go to our Facebook page, and it was WTF Wednesday, Logic?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So last week's WTF Wednesday on our Facebook page, No Conduct Radio, this guy, he was like crazy. I don't know, he was running naked through the streets. But when I say he was running, he was actually sprinting. Like, if you've seen Terminator 2, the T-1000, he was running like that just after this car. And then Logic and BJ are saying his eyes were glowing, but I didn't see that, and I'm too chicken to go back and watch because just him running.
No, it wasn't glowing. It was like reflecting light like that. It shouldn't.
Okay, but still, I'm not going back and looking at that. But just him running and the stuff he was saying was kind of creepy. So I'm not even trying to go back and look at it.
Though. Yeah, to run naked like that without hurt yourself, something wrong. Something's going on with that boy. Running like that, being a man, he was running hard. We figured.
Yeah, him freakishly sprinting as fast as a car, and yelling out incoherent sentences that no one could understand, and his eyes being reflective like an animal. I didn't. Yeah, I was hoping they got stuck and the dude ran up to the car. That would have been so. I was like, okay, now I can see what's going on. But they took off.
Well, I was going to say, I suggest, I don't want to give towards the ending away, but I suggest you watch it to the end, so it's like maybe the last 5-10 seconds. That's the creepiest part. So go to our Facebook page, No Conduct Radio, and go to last week's WTF Wednesday. I don't know where Logic finds these things, but let me play a clip of this week's WTF Wednesday. So this week's WTF Wednesday was the child on an 8-hour temper tantrum. He's just running through the plane. So let me play you a clip. It's going to be kind of, because I don't have it on air, it's going to come from my computer. So here it goes. So I don't know if you could hear the child in the background.
A little bit.
But I'm just going to let you know this. They were waiting to take off. The plane hadn't even started yet. The ride hadn't even started. They were sitting there waiting to take off. And this child was doing that.
They should have took that family off the plane. That's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. I don't understand.
You know what it was? So I'm reading the description, and it said, child addicted to technology screams for 8-hour flight because his mother couldn't get the internet to work. The parents are not paying enough attention.
Oh, my God. Damn. Get off the plane, family off the plane, catch the other plane or something. That's crazy.
If you're kicking people off the plane because, you know, they're arguing with somebody or whatever, or they irritate a steward or something like that. Oh, you have to go. You're kicking you off the plane. Like, you can't kick those people off the plane for that. That's crazy.
You're right.
You want to make people for 8 hours listen to that, but you're willing to. What about the Chinese doctor guy that they smashed his face on the? Because they felt like you need to give up your seat. Because we need this ticket for somebody else. If you can drag him off the plane, and he had a legal reason to be there, and he was minding his business, you can't kick these people off the plane?
Yeah, it's crazy.
No,
imagine if people
I would have complained about that one.
At first class, people that were the first class, I know they was just, man, paying all that money to hear that.
Oh, if that was first class.
But what I can't understand is why the parents didn't do anything.
I don't know. I know that's crazy.
Oh, listen, Kai, you already know. There's some parents out there I don't know if you've ever heard, if you ever watched A Different World, but there was a hippie type of character on there named I can't remember her name. She was played by the actress Cree Summers.
Oh yeah,
Cree Summers has,
yeah.
Yeah, she has kids, and she's the same way with her kids. She's just like, they have a lot of energy and a lot of creativity, and I just don't feel that I should bottle it up. And it's like, your kids are out of control.
Leave your kids in the house. Don't think about it in public.
Really?
Keep in the house, never in public.
They just love the outdoors.
All kids have a lot of energy and a lot of creativity.
Yeah.
That defines the child.
Yeah. They got to make sure they're in public. Check them in public. What? They act like that. If any of my kids act like that, I had to go to the plane, and trust me, time they close the doors, nobody looking.
Well, and every now and again, you might have to take a slipper off and make them damp that energy down. Or
get that backhand. Bam.
That's how I feel.
Or clothesline them. Like,
well, I saw a Facebook meme that said, "You're not a parent if you've never carried your child surfboard style out of kicking and screaming out of a store," or something like that.
Yeah,
and
that's
true. I was like, I've
that's
never ever done that.
Yeah.
What do you mean that's true? I've never done that.
I've seen that though. I've seen people do that though. Like
I've seen it done, but I will whoop my child's butt in the middle of the store before I ever do that. Are you serious?
And that's around the holiday time. Yeah, the Christmas shower. Yeah, I've seen. Oh my God, kids, they lose their mind.
I've never had to do that, and nor will I ever.
They had those fits in the aisle.
Have you lost your mind?
The last old school parent I saw was in Target, and this was like 4 years ago. And it was this kid following behind the mother. It was white people too. It kind of shocked me.
Always.
But one of the kids was making a bunch of noise, and the little girl was like blowing a raspberry. And the mother, without looking at her, she was like, "I told you about that spitting. Stop spitting like that." And mind you, this woman sounds like Hillary from Fresh Prince when she's talking, right? She was like, "I told you about that spitting." And she kept doing it, and she was like, no. That woman turned around and looked at her. She immediately crumbled and started, like, quietly crying. So I was like, that woman has her in check.
You got
all of that country, country club exterior. She's down to earth inside. She must be, taking some slippers off in the house.
Yeah. In the car. Yeah. Getting backhand in the car. Yeah. Yeah.
She just
That's
looked at her.
freaking hilarious.
Yeah, those books, man.
Did you whoop your kids, BJ?
Let me see. Occasionally, but they wasn't. Occasionally, my ex, she beat them more than I did because they know. I just give them a certain the way my voice changed, and I look at them and it's over. My ex, she just flies up to handle it and deals with it. But me, like, look at them and give them that voice like, yo, I don't play. I ain't got time to be arguing with you. Do what you do. But my daughters, I think I hit them like in their life twice. The sons, 3 or 4 times when they get a certain age. I punch one of them in the face, punch one of them in the chest. Yeah. So.
Good Lord, what?
And I body slam one. Yeah. I mean, well, yeah, because they think they grown. Hey, you don't.
You punched him in the face?
Who?
My sons.
One of his sons.
Yeah, well, you get puffed up. You get puffed. Come to me like that voice. Like age 16 and 15, 16. You get like, yeah, Dad. What? I know. Bam. My instinct is, I'm a man. Bam. You ain't paying no bills. Wow. One time. That's all. It wasn't trying to break no jaw like that. They know. It was no full force, but they know. The eyes got big and they thought,
okay, so
there you go.
So for the first one, what did he do that you punched him in the face?
Oh, he was talking back to me like his voice got higher and higher, and talk back and the word like word for word. I can't stand that, so I just like bam, just like that. You don't give me word for word back. I hate that. I hate that.
Okay, and the second one, where did you say you punched the second one? In
the chest. I punched him in the chest because he was. I told him never fight each other. So they was home and they got into a fight over a video game. And he started hitting my other son. Just beating him up, just hitting him on the floor. And I was like, I grabbed him, picked him up, and I punched him in the chest. So y'all never fight each other because y'all family. Don't ever do that. So outside, but never fight each other. So he broke a rule. So I punched him in the chest, and he just laid on the floor holding his chest. And my ex was like, oh, you hurt him. I'm like, hell yeah, I hurt him. Come on. And the other one, I just picked up and body slammed because he cursed at me. I was like, you cursed at me. Like, the F you, Dad. I'm like, oh,
wow.
Really? Boom, body
he
slam.
Said, oh, my gosh.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like they friends and they think they can come home and I don't know what kind of y'all friends, how they talk with their parents, but nah. So I body slam like suplex like a wrestling John. It's like boom. And it's just it. That's what I do. They whatever. And Max like, oh, is he all right? I said, I don't know. He'll be all right. You know what he did. I ain't gonna call him. He'll be all right. And me and her got into it. And me and her got into it. And because he's too rough with him. I said, please. I never used a belt with it. None of them, except my girl, I used a belt. But the boys always using my hands and everything like that. I never used a belt. Because the belt ain't gonna do no good. Nah, unless you naked in the bathtub wet. And that's still, But a belt with clothes on, that's not doing no good. You gotta hit them boys. You gotta hit them up. You got to. If you don't get them, they're gonna test you every time. Yeah. You don't
Logic,
have no boys,
do you agree with those methods?
I mean, more or less. More or less. I mean, but I'm an equal opportunity ass kicker. Like I don't think girls should get a easier walk in the park.
Well,
because
okay. With a girl with a belt, with being a man, I'm heavy-handed. They feel it, but I wouldn't punch a girl, but backhand snap. I wouldn't do that to my girl.
No. I'm not saying that you need to be suplexing your daughters. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that whatever
like,
I would do to my boys, like if I beat them with a belt, I would beat my daughters.
Yeah.
But again, I think that the most important thing is to lay the foundation before teenage years.
Exactly. That's
because
the thing.
when it's
exactly. I was doing that, but then they get around their friends, and they get in school, they get they start smelling their stuff, and they get home and forget where they at. It's like what?
Yeah, see, it changes. See, girls and boys kind of fork in different directions when puberty hits. Women tend to get more cerebral, and I've heard. I don't have any kids, but I've heard that girls get sneaky. Like they're the kind that will pack a extra set of clothes or something in their book bag and go to school, but then they'll change in the bathroom and be dressed in school.
Did that 2 weeks ago.
A totally different way. Yeah.
Are you serious? She did?
Mhm. Just started high school.
Oh yeah. I remember girls in my high school used to do that. Like they would come in off the bus, dressed a certain way, and then they would all go to the bathroom.
That's exactly what my daughter did.
Change their clothes.
Yep.
And then they would,
that
dress up in a totally different way. Yeah.
It's like, and she wore a uniform to school, and she came home, and because I went to drop something off my other daughter, and I said, where's your uniform at? Oh, I changed in school. I said, what? I said, oh my God. I said, this crazy. I said, this is crazy. She came back with some, whatever tights on and stuff. I was like, hold on, what's this on a school uniform? But I changed in the bathroom. I said, oh my God. I told my ex, I said, see, she's just like you. See, there you go. It's going to happen. She's 14. She's out there.
Wow.
I can't win.
Yeah, I'm seeing the changes in my daughter, and it's not fun. I'm not looking forward to teenage years at all.
Yeah, I know. I feel for y'all because I'm going through it.
And my mom warned her because I guess she knows how I was with my brother, but my mom took the phone. Well, I put her on the phone, asked for her on the phone, and she warned her. She was like, "You need to stop with the talk back." She said because when you become a teenager, with the talking back.
Oh, she talking back?
Oh,
yeah,
boy.
And my mom said when you become a teenager, your mom, she said, I already see it. Your mom is going to punch you in the chest.
Yeah, well, she hear that, but trust me, when she gets, it's going to happen. Oh, it's going to happen. I don't know what it is. I don't know. I don't know. You can tell them, say you blow in the face, and they still going to test you. And girls, my daughters test my ex all the time. Well, the young one do, but the one that's in college now, she don't. But the young one, 14, just get to high school, she tests her all the time. Come home at 6 o'clock after school. I'm like, school is over at 3. How you get home at 6? I'm like, oh, this girl. Yeah.
Oh my God! And where's your ex-wife?
She works, but she get home. Trust me, she because I told her she gives us too much leeway. I told her, see, when I'm not in the house, I'm not with her no more. They had to come home. Be home, but man, now my ex like, oh, she come home. I give her like little leeway. I said, why you give a girl leeway of all? I don't get a girl leeway. The boys one thing, don't get a girl's leeway. But
wait.
Trust me.
Don't even move forward. Why give the girls? Don't give the girls leeway, but give the boys leeway.
Well, because it's different with boys.
Right.
Boys, I already explained this to you. Boys, you got to worry about destruction. And you got to worry about sex. Now, as long as the boys is not bringing girls home and banging them, all you really got to do is worry about them fighting and getting in trouble. Yeah. Girls, on the other hand, if you give them too much space and time alone, they're devious. And I don't mean devious as a negative thing because I know a bunch of girls, what does he mean? What are you talking about? I mean that the world of women, if they have the wrong kind of friends, those friends are going to start getting in their ear and saying, oh, if you would lose a little weight or if you would show a little bit more, so-and-so would notice you more. And don't you think that this, like that kind of, standard and attention and all of that kind of stuff, when they start going down that path of seeking attention, if you don't tailor that very quickly in the beginning, they can either end up well-adjusted, or they can end up far to the right or left, like Kim Kardashian. You know what I'm saying? Where everything is about the indulgence and attention and look at me and do guys think I'm sexy because that's the only thing that matters to me and blah, blah, blah. That's the only reason a girl would go to school and change her clothes because she wants the guys to react to her more because she doesn't stand out enough and blah, blah. Like that kind of stuff. You cannot give your girls that much space for them to fill it up with bullshit. You got to watch them.
Exactly. Because my daughter called me the other day because she had like in December she had like a I guess some school event, dance, whatever. She said, Dad, can you make me a dress, but I don't want nothing too loose. I was like, excuse me, because I wanted like form fitting. I said, first of all, form fitting. I said, you 14, you need nothing form fitting. I was like, I'm telling you, she's so much
14,
like my ex.
What form to fit? Like, what was that?
Exactly. I was like, no. I said, you got to be kidding me. I tell you, you don't know. I said, yo. I called her mom. I said, you know what your daughter asked me? Our daughter said she wanted a form-fitting dress at 14 at her dance in December. And she's like, I don't know what I'm going to do with her. Yes, you do. You're her mom. Come on.
I don't know what I'm going to do with her. Is that what she said?
Yeah, I go through. I go with my ex.
Yo, God, that's the last thing you want to hear.
That's what I said. I said, you're her mom. I said, oh my, because she gave her too much leeway. It's like I said, it's just like day and night. I tell her one thing, get to the mom house, it goes out her ear. Because the mom's like, oh yeah, she's a girl. She got to, you can't lock her up in the closet, all that kind of stuff. I said, yeah, but you gotta give some values to rules. But trust me,
what does that mean? You can't lock her in a closet.
That's what I'm saying. I said that's like saying, eventually if she lock her up in the closet, as far as a bit restraint someone like she can't do, she's gonna do it anyway behind her back. I said, first of all, you got to give her,
she's
lay down the rules. I know. Trust me, I go through this logic, this conversation that you have. I go through with her every month, once a month with my ex, and she just like, yo. I said, my mom told her, she said, you know what? When you Brooke, my daughter named Brooke, she said, and eventually she gonna make you cry when she get a certain age because she gonna be just like you because you give her too much leeway, and it's happening now. When I see it, we always sit back and watch it. I said, you know what? You give her leeway, she can come home. She got to be home before 7 o'clock. So that means after school, if she have after school program, she can come home at 6:30, and it's like dark now, right? I said, okay, whatever. I said, you crazy? That's a girl. I said, oh my God, yo, I be going through it, yo. I'm telling you, that one, and it's going to cause some serious. Hopefully, nothing happen to her. Hope she'll come home pregnant one day because they won't tell me until like if they have abortion like 6 months later. And they're like, oh, by the way, Dad, back then in 2000 and whatever, Brooke was pregnant. What? Why can't you tell me? Oh, see, yeah, okay. And that's how it is. I'm the last to know everything because they know how I am. Because I get right on the X. And like we get to the war, but yeah.
So your ex doesn't tell you what's going on with your kids?
No, I had to find out down the line. But if anything, like, oh. By the way, could you help me out with this not bill, this appliance in the house, whatever? I'm like, really? I don't even live there. You help you out. I get those kind of calls, but I don't get the calls like, guess what our daughter's doing? Nah, I get that at the after effect. But anything got to do with money, trust me, when we talk about it on the show, I be living it. I be like, I know that. Yeah, I know that too. Yeah, that's what she is. Yeah, man, it's crazy. But my daughter, hopefully, our brothers and stuff, our brothers still her to like, try to get her, get in her head to say, get out of these, like I'm looking at boys, whatever. But 14, I said the friends she around, the influence that I told, stop following people. It is what it is. Because I can't be with her every day. I call her every day. She calls me. But still, when she get around her mom just like, she try to, right from wrong. But you can't be your child's friend and be a parent. You can't do it. That's why my ex is like her.
Yeah.
She's a friend and a parent. You can't do it. And always, I don't know about, Kai, and it's like, Kai, you're not your daughter's friend. You're a parent, right? Hello?
I believe so.
Oh, okay.
I try to be as much as a parent as I can be. I mean, I'm not.
Okay.
I don't know. Wait. Let me explain. I don't know if Logic, you would know better than me. I don't know. I think I'm a parent, but I'm me looking at me.
Oh, okay.
The only thing that I could say with you, like you are a parent. You're not trying to be her friend, but I think it seems to me, I should say, from the outside looking in, you're too concerned about her fun factor. Like you're trying to always make sure that, I just want to make sure she has a fun, blah, 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 her childhood is fun. Like, to me, if you do 3 or 4 fun things a year, you know what I mean, that's sufficient. You know what I mean? Not to say that that's all a kid should have, but it's like you act as if you go 2 weekends or something and you didn't do anything, you start looking at yourself like you're a bad parent, and it's like, she's fine. She's okay. You don't have to constantly be figuring out something. I want something entertaining and fun to do and blah, blah, blah. Like, why are you putting yourself through that? What are you talking about? She's
fine.
Why
you do that, though? Why you do that, Kai?
I mean, I didn't really do a lot when I was little, and she's an only child, so I don't.
So you don't.
I remember how it was when I was little. It was always, we got to clean the house. We got to clean the house. We got to clean. That was like every weekend, and then every summer we got to clean the house. We got to clean. We didn't do anything.
Okay. So you want to? I got you. So you. All right. I got you. So,
but what I tried to explain to you before is you got to understand, it's not the same. Because she is a single, your only child. So only children are typically spoiled, usually.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And she is spoiled. And you have a big screen TV. You got 2 different game systems. She has a computer. Like, she has a lot to be happy with. So for you to be like, I feel bad. It never made sense to me. Anytime you were like, I got to see when the next carnival is. Like, why? What are you talking about? I thought you just said
I don't want to be like, here, you have an Xbox, go play. Or here's your PlayStation, just play. Here's a TV, watch it. I want to have family time and good memories.
If you're doing that as a reflex, then no. But if you are complaining that I've been working ever since last Sunday and I haven't had a day off and my leg is hurting and my back is tight and I don't understand how after you said all of that, you're thinking in your mind, Friday I definitely need to figure out where I'm going to take my kid because my kid's humanity is crumbling because they haven't done anything for a week and a half. That's crazy to me.
I get
Call it a day.
I get
And let's see, and I don't know, maybe I'm a jerk, but that's when the whole, if you don't get out my face right now, I'm going to smack you. Like, that's when that will come out of me. As, if my kid, I'm bored. Really? Because there's a closet full of crap in there that you can clean, and if you're bored, you want something to do, I can find something for you to do. You bored? Never mind. Yeah,
now, Kai, unless you want daughter and mom time, I can see that right there. That's bonding time. That's one thing. Now that's a whole different thing. Yeah, I can see that. You got like an outing, whatever. You have like a once a month outing, and like that. I can see that. But not saying like, I just said, I got to find something for her to do. Yeah, yeah.
No, I mean, with the carnival, like Logic pointed out, it's more of. And I don't know, maybe this is, again, going back to my childhood or whatever, but you always read in books or saw on TV that families had
outing.
What do you call it? No. Stuff that they do every year that their children are like, this is what's the word I'm looking for?
Traditions.
Tradition? Yeah.
Traditions. Families have traditions.
Okay.
Really? I mean, we had like maybe 1 or 2, but it was food related and it dealt with the time of year, and that was really it. I guess those things hit my heart hard because I really want traditions, and our tradition is the carnival comes over here twice a year, and ever since she was 3, we go to the carnival. The hayride in the autumn. Mini golf in the winter. That's just our tradition. We've done that ever since she was 3, and she looks forward to it. There's going to come a day when she's going to be like, Mom, I just want to go with my friends. There's going to come a day. I'm hoping it doesn't happen. I hope she still really likes our tradition.
Now, when that happens, how are you going to feel? When that happens, how are you going to feel? And then that's you and your
I mean, I've prepared myself for it.
Really?
For it, so...
Yeah,
now
you do. At that, because she's not at that age. No, you hear something now. but you're not really prepared. Trust me, you're not really prepared.
Well, it's just like when she was born. I actually prepared myself for her to be a daddy's girl because I know most girls are daddy's girls. I've only met one girl that was a mama's girl.
Now this is different.
And
this is different. It's different.
Well, I'm just saying I prepared myself for that, but it didn't happen. I was surprised. So even this, I've prepared myself for it. So if it doesn't happen, I'll be surprised too. Like if she's still like, Mom, I know you go out with my friends, but I want to go with you to blah blah blah. Because she's still like that now. She wants to go with her friends, but she wants me to come. I want you to be there. So I don't know. But for now, this is our tradition, and I would like to have those family memories, and I would like to her to have those family memories, and that's just what it is. And I know Logic and other people look at me like, well, you work a lot and you need to rest, but just I like this. So.
Listen, my only thing is, like I said, is you got to stop looking at yourself like a bad parent. If you do.
That's all.
That's all I'm saying.
That's kind of crazy. Looking at a bad parent. I hope you ain't doing that.
Well, I feel sometimes, yes, that I'm not doing enough, and I'm not spending enough time with her. Yeah, I totally feel that sometimes.
No.
Like I need to do more.
No, until your daughter comes to you and say, Mom, you spend enough time with me, then don't. Oh my God, I really?
She has, but then Logic thinks that she's trying to manipulate me because. Logic thinks that she's just trying to manipulate me because she knows what's going to make me.
It's not a theory. Any kid that's 7 years old that says something to their parents like, I feel like you're not spending enough time with me because, but like kids don't talk.
Yeah, that's crazy.
On adult levels like that.
No way.
Regurgitating something that she's heard you say.
Exactly.
And that she's putting the screws to you. But you're thinking, do you really think that your 7-year-old is talking at a 27-year-old level?
No way.
Because if that's the case, how much fun she's having is a moot point. She needs to be Doogie Howser. Really?
I know. Exactly, yeah.
Tell me about what you think about the gross national product, motherfucker.
No, tell me. Break that down for me. Like, hold up, damn.
Well, I'm just saying, she's told me that, but I get help from different areas. So I talk to different people because I know a lot of stuff is in my head and from my past, So I talk to a lot of different people about things, how to raise my child, stuff like that. And, people point me in the right direction. So
because you're a mother, you got that instinct. Just fathers and mothers different, but, that's why I hit you like that so hard. Yeah. Mothers just to have that connection and y'all the nurturing and stuff. It's just like, Now, if my daughter said that to me, I'd be like, what? You serious? I saw you last week. That kind of thing. It's totally different, You not spending enough time with me, Daddy. Yeah, yes, I did. I saw you last weekend, You women are different. The mothers are different. Y'all have to take it to the heart and say, I need to talk to somebody. No. You never see a father say, let me talk to somebody about I'll spend enough time with my kids I want to do. Nah, it's not happening. It probably happens, but it's rare. But I don't, none of the guys I know that have kids that, nah. That's that mother instinct thing. Yeah, we don't have that. I'm so glad I don't have that.
That's why children need both parents. Fathers have certain attributes and mothers have certain attributes. So there's that. But okay.
Okay.
So I heard I was about to say I heard from Char. And as soon as I was about to say that, she came on. I was just about to say I heard from Char. Char, hey, what's going on?
Hi, you actually did hear from me, and I truly apologize, everyone. I'm sure today's topics are exciting, and so I'm actually here now, and I'm ready to go. So thanks for your patience, all of you that waited for me to come
Only 39 minutes late. She's ready to go. Let's get started now that Char's here.
She was actually patient. Oh, God.
I just hope you all were holding your breath. I hope you all were holding your breath and didn't speak until I actually came on.
Yeah, we just started talking
We were
now.
actually just sitting here.
Yeah.
We were just sitting here waiting in silence for Char because we couldn't do anything else without you.
It's called dead air. We were doing dead air.
Someone just asked a question online that makes no sense to me.
Oh, what's that?
They asked, what is your favorite character played by Jada Pinkett?
What?
Who?
What?
What?
A character?
She has a fan base that follows characters like
Didn't
that?
she do a good character in Set It Off?
What, Gotham?
I can't remember.
It just Gotham. I thought it was
I
Gotham.
never watched Gotham.
I mean, she was
never
one of she was another broad. I mean, honestly, the one who stole the show and set it off was Queen Latifah.
Queen Latifah, yeah, Queen Latifah. What character?
She did.
So I don't.
Yeah.
Character.
I don't
character.
get it.
I don't know.
This question.
Yeah, okay, so Jada Pinkett was Frankie, but some girl was struggling in the hood. She had dreams, big dreams and fantasies, and she fell in love with the wrong man who was a big executive at the bank that she was robbing. And there isn't anything else that amazing about her character, other than she was also looking out for her little brother. So, yeah, so that's it.
Yeah,
I don't know what to ask that question.
It's like a movie getting a second commentary. Yeah.
Weird.
That's favorite 100 times. I'm sure I'm not the only one. The love scene was the best. With,
okay, so let's get this out of the way, Char, and actually start our real topic. So before we start, Char, how's it going over there? What's the weather like?
Why is it 85 degrees? This is so weird. I'm confused.
Good Lord.
It's cold, it's hot. I mean, so it's really warm today. I don't even know how to dress. I don't know. I just don't know. But it's warm.
Has it even gotten chilly over there?
Yes. Yes. Yeah, it has. That's what I'm saying. Like, it literally has gotten chilly, so we're confused. Because imagine, like, 3 weeks ago, it was really cold, and we're like, okay, cool, we're bringing our winter jackets out. Then today and yesterday is 85.
What's really cold?
What is your definition of really cold?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, for considering the seasons are changing, so maybe like 52, but it's gonna go way colder than that.
What? You brought out a winter coat for 52?
Well, no, I mean, our fall jackets. That's what I should have said.
You gotta come to the East Coast. Come to the East Coast. No.
But you do definitely get a good wear. No, we get a good wear out of a winter coat. Like by Halloween, or even like the week after, it's definitely time to bring out the winter coats. But like 3 weeks ago, we talked about the fall.
She said the winter coats?
Yeah, 52 degrees.
Yeah.
That is crazy. Oh my
God.
No,
I said what I should have said was the fall jackets, because that's like our transitional weather pattern. Does that make sense? And then it gets like really cold. So,
no, you said.
But I'm like, what's this 85 degrees? I'm so confused. I don't know how to dress when I wake up because I don't want to be too hot, or not warm enough. So yeah, it's weird.
Don't we just wear regular clothes and then carry a hoodie with us?
No.
Just wondering.
So you never know. I wanted to put my boots on. I wanted to do the whole winter boot thing.
You said boots. I think you want to put a boots on.
It's not time for boots yet.
Yes, it is.
Over here it is. They're wearing boots.
Is it snowing out there?
I don't know. Put it on.
No. Okay, for example.
Well, then why would you put boots on if it's not snowing?
You got a winter coat on.
This one young lady kind of like kicked off the boot season, right? And I was so because then everybody.
This is a girl thing. There's a boot season.
Yeah.
It's kind of like you have a season without looking stupid to wear your boots.
One broad.
Well, that's what I was saying, BJ. It's not boot time. I haven't even brought out my boots yet. They're still like it's not cold enough for that.
Trust me, they wearing boots. Trust me.
I like the point is fall. But once it's fall, you can wear your boots. You can definitely once it's fall, you're good to go.
They wearing boots.
But I'm just fun. It's just how the weather. I don't know. But I heard you guys are nippy frosty. So I mean. It's really cold out there.
It's good. It's not cold.
Really? Huh.
I mean, last night was. I mean, there was ice on my car when I came out this morning. That's about it. Still, I was still just wearing a hoodie.
Was it ice or was it frost?
Frost. I'm sorry, frost. Yeah, that's what I meant. Look, I grew up in the South. Look, to me, that's ice.
What?
I'm still getting used to the terminology up here.
Everybody in the South.
It was frost, not ice. Trust me, ice is completely different.
Yeah, you use ice scraper. You use ice scraper for frost. See, I did with a frost with ice scraper.
Yeah. Okay, so let's first talk about Logic. What Logic wanted to discuss, which was, as y'all know, what this was 2 months ago. Kanye West was talking about slavery, his thoughts on slavery, and he made a comment that basically, what was it? Slavery was a choice. And he was saying this in the TMZ newsroom, and basically everybody was just listening to him talk. And only one person jumped in and checked him. So, Logic, go ahead.
Well, I mean, basically what irritated me, I mean, besides the idiocy of what Kanye said, is the fact that it seems to me that nowadays most young black people, they don't know how to, number one, debate without being emotional. Mm-hmm. And then two, they have no information whatsoever about anything in our history or our past. Like, they know the broad strokes of, we were kidnapped from, Africa and blah, blah, blah. But they don't, like, when people say, like, for some reason, it's been a weird trend where Asians have been saying something like, what is it, what's the law that they say should be repealed? I think it's affirmative action. Affirmative action.
Yeah. They're actually fighting.
And and it's like, no one, like, you don't hear any black people coming out and checking it as, first of all, you don't have any skin in the game. You haven't, when black people were marching for civil rights, there was just no Asians marching with black people. There was no, you know what I mean? So who are you to come and say this needs to change for whatever reason? That being said, black people have no, the current black people, I should say, the younger ones, have no idea of the story of Nat Turner. But I mean, now that this movie has come out, they know some. But unless it's a YouTube video or a movie, they don't know anything about the Younger Rebellion, the Toussaint Louverture, and the rest of those, the people, the Haitians that fought. And if you know the history, then you know why Haiti has fortresses and pretty much the country's poor, but they have money to, like, you would know all of this if you did your research and understood what happened and why certain things were the way they were. Black Wall Street, the massacre of Rosewood, all of these different things to say when people say anything. Like when you hear white people say black people need to pick themselves up by their bootstraps, then you know the history of, like I said, with Oklahoma, that you can say, well, when they did that, the white people killed them, and the U.S. Army came in and dropped artillery on its own citizens for the first time in history, before or since. There is no diligence. There's no, not like, black people are not even teaching their young children. When I say young children now, I mean these kids now that are like 15 and younger. Mm. Those parents, which I guess would be people in our age bracket, they're not teaching their kids anything. They don't know anything about their history, and it just bothers me that it's that much willful ignorance to who you are, where you come from, and what your story is. And I'm not saying that as if that should be what your life is made up of, because I don't think so. But you should definitely have a knowledge self.
Yourself, right.
And then I hear these older black people, and ironically enough, the younger black people, still saying the same comments that you would hear in the 60s, which is, are black leaders today? There are no black leaders today. And furthermore, there shouldn't be any black leaders because we are no longer in the same situation we were when there was civil rights. The civil rights struggle happened in the 50s and, largely came to a close in the late 60s, mid-60s, But, we have the internet now. There's a way for you to educate yourself now. There's a way to network, and there's much more information and much more
research,
government accountability that is on the line now than ever before. So what do we need black leaders for? We should have evolved past that by now. There's no need. There's enough people out here that have access to information and knowledge to govern themselves, to organize. If something needs to be done in your community, organize. Do it yourself. You don't need some pastor from Georgia to make calls for you. Like the NAACP to me should be abolished. What do? If you really think about it, what does the NAACP do?
They come out when things happen, but they come out. They come out to be.
Yeah.
I think they really just come out, to be publicized. That's really it. They don't ever do anything in private.
Nope.
Now, do you realize the NAACP, they still collect dues, like people pay them. So my thing is this. If the NAACP is still getting money, how is it that all of these black people that are being shot by cops or being wrongfully accused or whatever, every time they get exonerated, it's like some white organization that came across these people and helped them. Where's the NAACP? What are they doing? How is it that Trayvon's family had nothing in the aspect of money for their own investigations, for their own, lawyers and stuff like how was this possible? But you're still taking money from the people.
Donations, yeah.
Al Sharpton has a channel on MSNBC. I don't know if he's still on there, but you're getting paid by the establishment. You want me to believe that you have the best interest in what you're saying for me? You're being paid by them. You know what I mean? The bow tie boys out in Chicago, that light-skinned conch-wearing nigga that they got running the show out there was covering for a pedophile that Malcolm split from because he didn't believe that any of that should be happening. For this, he bragged in the 90s that they, quote, dealt with Malcolm like the traitor that he was. So he's all but admitting he had something to do with Malcolm getting killed. And black people go to Farrakhan to solve problems? You went and took a march with this man. What's he going to tell you? He killed an icon of our people. Or so he, alleges in some very vague way. Why? I don't understand. At what point? I don't know if any of this is making sense, but what Kanye is saying, what he said, and knowing the type of dude that he is, it doesn't shock me that he even had that kind of idea. But when that other guy that was at the place, so-called, checked him, he said nothing really to me. He was just saying, "You got all this money, and for you to say that," he didn't correct him. And first of all, there was no choice involved.
Right.
You know what I mean? They got kidnapped and taken beyond their will. There's an African version of a specific shark off the coast of Florida. These sharks are not deep water sharks. So it's not possible for these sharks to just swim across the Atlantic and go wherever they want all over the world. They're a coastal small shark. But the reason that they're found off the coast of Florida is because of how many slaves they were dumping overboard.
Oh, yeah,
they had a steady food source across the Atlantic Ocean. Mm-hmm. And when the slave trade ended, they couldn't get back to Africa, so they just stayed in Florida. That's a fact.
Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah.
You know, so that just lets you know how many bodies that they were dumping overboard for this coastal shallow water shark to be able to eat its way across the Atlantic Ocean from Africa to Florida. You know what I mean? That's not a choice.
It's crazy.
To find out that if they found out you spoke the same language as another slave or whatever, or you had a sibling, they would purposefully either made those slaves whip them to death, or they sold your children from under you. Or if you had a wife or whatever, they would rape your wife in front of you. They would break you psychologically. That's not a choice.
That's crazy. Yeah.
What part of that is a choice?
Yeah, that statement he made with this, I heard that. I was like, yo.
But you would have to know these things to even bring this up. If it's not on Facebook, they don't know it.
Time capsule. Logically, if Kanye sent in a time capsule today, back to that time, I mean, that he should just be whipped for what he said, because he sounds ignorant. It's easy to say something when you're not a part of it. But when you haven't lived and breathed it, but yet it's your history, but you haven't lived and breathed and experienced it, it's easy to say that. But it's just an ignorant statement, because these people physically were overpowered by guns, by, you know, a lot more of them that had guns, you know, with the white man than anything. So, I mean, how was it a choice when there was technology called guns, and we're in our own land as kings and queens and minding our business and running our villages, and we're overpowered, we're overtaken.
Why did you have to say that?
True. What do you mean? Well,
no. I'm saying we're in our own land as kings and queens, like we're just all sitting there as kings and queens or something.
I said it in our own villages. Like regular people that are in villages too, but there was kings and queens in Africa. These people were.
I know there were. I'm just
random people.
I don't know. Maybe I gotta talk from the other side right now, but y'all will probably hit me with a baseball bat. But I constantly hear black people talking like, "Oh yes, queen, you're a queen. This is my king." You know, it gets on my freaking nerves.
Wow.
Not everybody is a king or a queen. You stop calling women who are whores queens. Stop calling guys who are it just gets on my nerves.
That's a endearment for some people, and that's their business. But I'm talking about the truth. I'm talking about facts. If they want to talk about history, not history, there were plenty of kings in Africa for thousands of years, well before the white man came over there and decided, hey, and not all of they had villages.
I understand that there were kings and queens. Just, you know, everybody had their villages and their little empires and whatnot. I understand that that was in Africa as well.
Right. But it was.
Hold on. Is anybody hearing like freaking Michael Myers breathing heavily on the phone?
That's logic. It's logic. He breathes like that a lot.
I know it's logic. He is breathing heavy as crap.
He's still here.
He said he wasn't feeling good. Damn.
Yeah, I've already said I'm sick. I don't know what you want me to do.
Yo, remember that time I was coughing? You're like, oh, bro, I'm coughing over the lung. It's like, yo. We got.
Why make those? Where were the sound effects when we had the paranormal show last week? Where were they? Where were these sound effects?
Yeah, for real, right?
It's just regular.
Okay, sorry to derail. It was just the breathing was like, whoa, what is going on over there? What is going on?
A little disturbing. I agree. But what I'm saying is that I'm saying for a land that was so plentiful and rich and an abundance of resources, it wasn't like there was just a few of us scattered around that happened to have kingdoms. There was many at one particular time, because Africa is a large continent. So what I'm saying is that when people say that nowadays, not having a clue if they even trace back to a king or queen, it's just something people say because they're proud, I'm assuming, of where they may have come from or where they believe they're connected to. So, but I'm just talking factually. How can Kanye say that slavery was a choice when Again, you're minding your own business in your village. Maybe you're not king, but you're minding your own business. And you're physically your location of your home and to an entirely new world, okay, where the language is not even spoken. You're separated from your families, your loved ones, your wife. Your wife is raped and beaten. It's just ridiculous. How is that a choice? And these people have guns. They have guns. They have technology that you don't have because you didn't need it. You have fighting and killing each other.
Well,
people are bringing you a new concept of fighting and killing each other as well.
Well, Kanye is more of the footnote to this situation because, I mean, if you're looking for an intelligent statement from him, it's the exercise in futility. He's out there, okay? I think the bigger implication for me was the fact that the guy that they were saying, like, yeah, he's the one that had to tell Kanye how it was. If you go back and listen to him, he really said nothing. And it's to me, what worries me is that the standard of self-knowledge is becoming so, like the bar for that is being set so low that you can have somebody just spew a bunch of gibberish now and people act like this person knows what he's talking about. Like there was another guy that was circulating a couple of years ago. His name was Umar Johnson, and everybody was running around talking about Dr. Umar Johnson. First of all, no one can find any transcripts where he's a doctor, number one. Number two, he largely sounded like a black supremacist. He was talking about the evil white people and, the perversion of the whites that did this and turned black people into that. And I was like, what are you talking about? And he wanted money to start a school and to do what?
Always
to
the money.
teach these kids how to be racist too. Like what? And in the end of the day, it's like there was nothing professional about this dude. But like I said, the standard has been set so low. He had a following, and you will still see people out there today that will defend this guy and act as if he's the new, quote, leader. Leader to do what and go where?
Crazy.
It makes no sense to me. And at some point, I just wonder if the knowledge of what has happened during the black chattel slavery Holocaust that happened in this country, if the knowledge of that is more important to people than to having a loophole to just blame what they call systemic racism for all of your problems. And systemic racism is a big problem, but it's not the cause of all your problems. And when I see all these, black folks trying to act like, but the white system of oppression is stopping. It's not stopping you from getting a degree or from you starting a business. What's stopping you is you have no capital to go into this bank. And you have no business plan that the bank can respect. And you have no capital to put up. Like you need $150,000.
What you're saying kind of reminds me of a video I saw of this girl, and she had some other students in, what was it, Yale or Harvard, with her screaming about how they owe them reparations. Do you know? Have you ever seen that video?
Oh, yeah, you're talking about Princeton. They had a no, God, BJ, listen. In Princeton, they had a sit-in. These people took the dean hostage, basically, in his office and sat in to demand certain rights. Now, and I can't remember. It was one study hall that they had that was. It was actually it was the business school within that college, but it was named after some guy that was like a segregationist or a eugenics supporter or something like that.
Okay.
They said that they wanted that school renamed something that wasn't after a known racist. Now, me personally, I'm ambivalent about that. It's like, because once you start going back in history far enough, they were all racist. So it's like, where is that going to end? What are you talking about? You know, something was named the Jefferson School of whatever. Jefferson was a slave owner. So it's like, are you going to, where do you draw the line? If you feel that way, I'm not going to fault you, but me personally, I know all of those ancient white guys were typically racist.
Right.
That being said, what they ended up demanding is they wanted the name of that thing changed. They didn't grant that. Then they said, we as black students want our own safe space in college and our own safe space to live.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
Listen, right?
Okay.
So they said, as black students. So the college granted that and gave them an area or a dorm and a recreational area.
Right.
That's just for black people. So I said in the comments on this, I said, so you fought for segregation?
Segregation?
This is where we are now. Like, they are so backwards and lost.
Oh,
they
my
have
God.
no idea that they fought for segregation.
Exactly. When I was watching that video, I was like, do they know what they're doing right now?
What? Oh, my God. Yo,
and we're cheering each other on. I was so horrified and heartbroken as a black person. I was just like, and the first thing I was thinking to myself, I was like, this is Princeton, so you can't be an average student to get into Princeton, and two, your parents are paying how much for you to be here and fight for segregation in the 21st century.
That's crazy, and that's what?
My God!
Oh man!
But this is how stupid they are. Because again, all of their knowledge and information is coming from Facebook, so they don't understand what they're saying.
And don't you know the I guess the people that was the white people that's in the 60s, that was whatever 50s and 60s, that see that they still living and see that video or that protest, and they was laughing like, okay, we wanted y'all out of Princeton anyway. We didn't want y'all there, so and y'all gonna protest for segregation. That's crazy. That is so backwards. Damn. I would be like, what? Are you serious?
Yeah. So I want to point out another issue. Let me go to some of the questions that came in. So one of the questions that came in was, are cops really harder on black men and women?
I'll be black men and women. If they watch the news, if they watch the news.
Yeah, absolutely. They're harder because it's just that it's coming out more now, so that people are really, they're using video on their cell phone. We have technology now that we didn't have years ago, so I don't think it's that it wasn't so bad years ago. I think it's now that it's able to be documented, and people are not afraid to record it, and say, hey, look how I was treated.
Sure, you can say that because that's all they showing. They don't show the brutality with the white cop on a white guy. They show all black. That's what they show. So, yeah, of course.
I know that the white people have cell phones just like we do. So that's because it's not happening as often. So, what are you saying with that?
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying? What I'm saying is, why, if you feel like you were mistreated, no matter if we're purple, if a person is purple or green, and they feel like they're mistreated, especially when it's there's some conspiracy behind it, it's wrong, it's just all wrong. Why would you not want to show that to authorities and say, look at how I was treated? I want to protest this, or I want to say that my rights were violated. So they're not saying that as often. Why people are not? Well, let me just say, other races don't appear to come out as often as we do, because it obviously happens to us a lot more, and there's a lot of reasons for that. I mean, there's a race war right now, and politically in that arena. Of course, we're targeted more, and I would say more so black men than black women. But there has definitely been some accounts where there was a lady. I was just looking at this yesterday. Her last name was Bland or something. I forgot her first name, and it was a young black woman. She was literally pulled over for a traffic stop. They took for some reason the cops took her to jail. and they ended up killing her in jail. She was only there, I think, for less than maybe 72 hours, but she was murdered. They know it was murder. They just don't explain all that. But and apparently she was on some kind of medication, for epilepsy, or for being bipolar. But the point is, she didn't do anything offensive. She actually had her phone on recording from the time he told her to get out of her car, and the way he talked to her was just absolutely uncalled for. It's just too much. It's just too much. I haven't seen so many examples of women, like females, where this would happen as often as I do black men. But it's there. It's out there, and it's happening more so to our community. I can say that, because you can see, not just in the media, but regular people that are being pulled over for general violations that should not result in them being beat down like Rodney King or worse, or murdered, at the hands of the law, to say. And you know what happens to the cops? A lot of times, what happens? They get sent home for leave, 2 weeks. It's really a paid vacation while pending the investigation, while they're being investigated. And do you really think they're prosecuted? Very rarely. So the law is unfair, life is unfair, but when it comes to the African-American community, we absolutely are targeted a lot more so from cops or from authorities than I think than other races.
But see, the thing is, kind of what Logic was saying, black people also aren't trying to do anything about it. Because I can guarantee you, if they were targeting Jews, for instance, that would be shut down fast. It would be done. But black people aren't doing anything for it to stop. Protesting, what's that going to do? What has that done,
Right.
Is Logic gone? Logic got quiet.
Did you ask me something?
No,
Char she was making a statement. Char Jr.
No, I heard your statement. I didn't hear a question.
He asked a question. She didn't make a statement. What you said?
No, I didn't ask a question. I was, waiting for your feedback. I'm just saying that black people aren't doing anything to help themselves. It's just going to keep happening, and that's it.
See, the problem with that kind of attitude, because now, this is no offense to you, but I hear a lot of, you don't fall under this category anyway. I hear Africans, and I hear a lot of white people say stuff like that, where specifically foreign white people like Italians or Greeks or whatever. It's like, why didn't black people, ever do blah, blah, blah. Technically, black people should be insurgents that are just blowing stuff up until, they got, whatever they wanted. However, again, if the reason that black people, all they do is march is because throughout this 500 years that it's been what black people have gone through, that's the only thing that they can do and not die absolutely. Even then, even marching, you could still die. They've killed people for just marching. But anytime black people have ever gotten guns and started to organize, they've all been killed. Anytime that they've tried to incorporate, they've had their business taken or burned to the ground. Anytime that they've ever tried to uplift themselves educationally, whoever the ringleaders are either imprisoned, deported, or, again, murdered.
Killed.
So it's been a institutional conditioning of black people to only kind of say, well, that ain't right, what you're doing. But that's all you can really get away with.
All you can say, yep.
And then, they kind of had this attitude like, and you, what are you going to do? Are you going to take it to the streets? No, because they're going to kill you.
Yep.
When that whole Rodney King thing happened, I hear a lot of black people now that look back at it in retrospect and say, that was stupid. All they did was tore up their own neighborhood. Yeah, technically, yes, but a lot of people don't know that back in what was that, 92 or whatever? Back when that happened, state troopers and the local, it wasn't the Army. I think it was National Guard. They were lined up with barriers from them getting uptown into Beverly Hills or whatever. So if black people went that direction, they would have been shot. So it's like wherever they were corralled, which was their neighborhood, that's where all of the rage took place. So it's not like black people just didn't have the idea, like, we need to go up there to the country club. Yeah, they thought that until they saw those military vehicles and those assault rifles and, come this way if you want. So the message was very clear. Do what you want, but do it to yourselves. Yeah. And if you ever think for 1 second that you're going to make us feel what we make you feel, we're going to kill you for that. Yeah. The Black Panthers didn't like how Ronald Reagan was talking when he became governor of California. So they went marching up there to show force and say, we're here and we're not intimidated by X, Y, and Z. Next thing you know, Bobby Seale, was it Bobby Seale? Did Bobby Seale get shot? Which one was it?
Yeah,
like they murdered these people and locked everyone else up.
Yep.
And they're just getting, and those people that got locked up are just getting out of prison now. So they make it very clear. So as much as, Asians and Jewish people and Native Americans and everyone else wants to say that, we're all in the same boat. No, we're not. No, we're not. It was a very different experience that black people had.
Well, let me ask a question. With Native Americans, they do get killed. Look at what is it? When they were trying to protest the pipeline, didn't they go up there and kill the crap out of Native Americans up there?
Oh yeah, Dakota. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm asking logic.
Oh. Was that a corporation that refused to stop its progress, or was that a systemic American movement that said we don't like Native Americans, so we're going to stomp them down any chance we get? Which one was that?
Well, that's corporate.
Yeah, yeah.
And listen, I'm not marginalizing at all what happened to Native Americans, because personally, my favorite of all of them is the Iroquois Confederacy. Like, that was a very interesting people, and that our government is set up by what they designed. So they had a government way before anyone even organized on that level. So, I understand, and I do have a sympathy for what's happened to the First Nation, but for them to say as if, or to have this attitude as if they still suffer the same way we do, no one does, because they know who they are. They have somewhere they can go. They get a tax break due to the fact that they are a part of this tribe, and this tribe had X, Y, and Z done to it, or whatever. They can go live on the reservation and not pay property taxes for the rest of their life and the rest of the life of their grandchildren. They have that. As pitiful as the land that they were given is, they still have at least that. We have nothing. Anytime we talk about reparations in any way, be it money, be it education or whatever, it is ground into the dirt.
Yeah.
You get nothing from us. You won't even get an apology.
Just like that. That old thing back in there, the 40 acres and a mule thing. That went away quick.
Yeah. that was reneged very quickly.
40 acres and a mule?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kai, you hear about that? That was the promise.
No, what's that?
You didn't?
Well, yeah, when we were considered to be free slaves, they had to have a proclamation or something that they would give us as a restoration, and that's what we were told, and it just didn't happen like that. It was more like, be glad you're free, and even when we were free, we weren't free.
They were still killing on their property, yeah.
Yeah. But it was supposed to be a full. It's supposed to be. We took we brought you here. We're letting you go free. Now we're supposed to give you land so you can build your own home and homestead with your family. You can actually grow your own crops, because we'll give you grains or what have you, and then, and all of that. But it didn't happen like that. But like you said, the Native Americans, you're right. They can go back to, you have a place where you have a home. You don't have to pay property taxes. It's your home free and clear. You have all types of other supportive services, of course. But there wasn't any restorations at all for African Americans. It just wasn't. And there still isn't.
But my question is why? Why do you think that is? Why can't black people just be left alone? Why can't?
Because it's a system. It's a system that was for over 300 years based on the idea that these people are beneath you because of their skin color. So if you have a bunch of white people that are living in this time, and this is disregarding the white people that are decent people, like the abolitionists, who really believe like these people are no different than us. They just have a different skin color. That's the only difference. But that they were a minority. As now, most white people, I would say, do have a prejudice. Some more severe than others, but it's a very, very small minority of people who are really just across the board. Like everyone is the same, and it's the same for black people. There's a good portion of black people that are prejudiced and racist, and there's a very small portion of them that believe we're all just the same. No one's better than the other. Like that, I think that's just a condition that he meant. But if you're talking about specifically why this country is the way it is, it's because it's run by white people. So the 40 acres and a mule was promised by like General Sherman or something during the Civil War. And it was supposed to be the free black people. All of the land they were taking from the South was supposed to be reallocated to black people. For them to rebuild and basically as a penance to we're sorry for what happened. But
I know, right?
that was just another promise among many that they gave to black people to get them to fight and help for the war. And once the war was over during the Reconstruction period, all of that just went back to the white owners that already owned it. So it was just like it's all about money and everything. They were never planning on anything being even. And as I told you before, that's where the northern labor unions came from. Because after the war, these white soldiers for the Union Army wanted to make sure that they still had a job in the North for all of these black people that were coming north that had all of these skills from slave work. So they wanted to make sure that these factory owners and these people that owned warehouses and stuff like that and that were making furniture, and when you got all of these young 25-year-old slave boys coming up that already have 14 years of experience, make carpentry, they can't compete with that because they haven't been working since they've been 11 years old. They never had to. They were white. So in order to make sure they still had the jobs, they started unions. And unions had a deal with all of these business owners that we will guarantee you the labor, and if you try to ever hire anyone outside of the union, we will shut you down. So as long as you agree to only hire people from the union, you won't have a problem. And, of course, the union rules were no blacks allowed. So when they came north, black people still didn't have any jobs, any exception. They weren't allowed to have houses in certain areas or rent from certain people. There was no freedom.
That's just, I don't know. That's just sad. That's sad, and the fact that people. I was about to say the fact that people are still okay with it today is sad. Like, I don't know why
like
everyone just can't mind their business and live in peace, and that's it.
Now, you have black people now that think they've done something when I'm a part of the union. You happy about that?
They like, I know, right? Like, I give a union. Okay, they can't fire me. Yeah, yes, they can.
Congratulations.
Yeah, a little bit harder, but they still can fire you, man.
Well, on we only have 5 5 minutes left. So let me ask some of the questions that came in. And since we are kind of a relationship podcast, let me ask some of the relationship questions. So let's see. So this is what reminded me when you said, black people feel they made it when they get into union. So one of the questions is, do black people really feel like they've made it if they get with like a white girl or a white guy?
Some do.
Some do, yes, some do.
Yeah, some see it as a status symbol.
Yeah, some do.
What did you say, Char? Some see it as a what?
A status symbol. They absolutely do.
I don't know about that.
Yeah,
no, she's absolutely right. There's a black girl. There's a black girl who gives a seminar to black women, and she says, and I quote, "White men are about power, and black women are power. So that's why white men love black women, and when we get together with white men, we are an awesome sight to see. So I'm gonna teach y'all how to get yourself a white man." So you can upgrade yourself. Yeah,
that's crazy.
They look at it. At least people like her look at it like it's an upgrade.
Damn.
Good God.
But there's plenty of people that feel that way. Black man dating white women. Plenty of them see it as a come up, a status symbol. Plenty of them do.
I ain't had no upgrade.
A lot of athletes do. A lot of people do. That's just what they do. It's not everybody, but plenty of them do. That should be another topic because we can talk about that for an hour, Kai. Yeah.
I'm gonna put that aside as a topic. But I was gonna say, what about so are there any YouTube guys making videos on how to get a white woman, I guess?
I think, of course, yeah. I think so.
Absolutely.
You've seen him? I've never seen him.
I think, I think it's one, one, I forgot his name, Yeah, you type in that. Yeah, I think it's one talking about it. I forgot his name. I was laughing like, what?
Yeah, there's a few.
All right, whatever.
There's a few. There's even a white guy that tells you how to get a black woman, too, seriously. And he loves black women. He'll tell you all day. Yep, but there's more so the black man teaching you how to get white women. Yeah, more of those.
Wow.
Well, how?
Yep.
Wow, I guess I don't get on YouTube that much.
All right. That's like that. How to date a woman, how to date a ideal woman. Really? How you let somebody tell you how to date a woman? How you get a woman? How you get a woman?
Yeah, it's the basics. Right?
Well, I mean that's a normal question a lot of guys ask. We get a lot of questions on that on our show. Okay.
Yeah, how you get a woman?
How to get a woman? Yeah. Here's another question. Actually, the last question. Are black women really more aggressive in relationships?
God.
Depends on what kind of woman you're talking about.
Yeah.
I mean, because you got some white girls that are
aggressive. Yeah, you got some aggressive white girls. You true. You do.
You got some Asians that'll cut your throat.
Yeah, you gotta look at them and say, damn. You're like, damn, what were you raised at? Oh,
Well, why is there this? Why do people think that then?
What?
It's just a stereotype, the demure Asians. But like I said, I used to know this dude. His mother was a terror, and his father used to just try to stay out of her way. He was who was he? I think he was Vietnamese. Was he Vietnamese? No, he was Thai. And that was, his family was like that. And,
I know a bunch of. I was going to say, I know a bunch of Asians, Arabs, Latinos, people from the Caribbean, United States, Africans. I know a lot of people like that.
And there's some sweet black women out there, too, that are very, they're not about all of that craziness. They're very calm. It just depends on who you get and what you're looking for.
Yeah.
There's always going to be signs.
Black women feel they have to try harder. I feel like they have to try harder because they feel like, the world's against them, and maybe, men probably run other races, other cultures, so they feel like they have to try harder.
Black women?
Are you talking about black women?
No.
Yes, that's what I said.
No.
Give me a fucking whatever.
No, that's the truth. It's absolutely the truth. It's
no, that's
the truth. The world is against her. No one's Like, oh, I want black women.
You watch too many movies. You watch too many movies. Watch too many movies.
I think you watch too many movies. I've never felt like the world is against me. And nobody wants a black girl.
Damn.
I've never felt that.
I mean, they're judging for jobs, they're judging relationships, they're judging in their personal life, everything, because it's different. Being a black woman has its own set of challenges that other cultures absolutely won't.
No, it doesn't. It's the same for all black people. Like you're going to struggle with the same things racially, but other than that, black women they don't have it any harder than the average black person.
That's not true. That's not true.
Please, are you serious?
Well,
really?
Well, y'all, hello.
To prove the world also. You could be driving down the street.
We're off air. We're done. It's over.
Yeah, we out.
All right.
We out.
We'll pick up this conversation next week.
Yeah, she came late. She's still talking.
Everyone.
Yeah, she came late. She's still talking. Bye.
Well, I'll just put